Hi, my name's Caitlin.
Hi, I'm Nathan.
Hi, I'm Rachel. I work for Autism Bedfordshire, supporting young people up to the age of 25 who are at risk of admission to a mental health hospital and are autistic. It's very hard for me not to control it.
So, how do we promote independence in a dialysis setting whilst providing necessary support?
Promoting independence and somebody being independent is the goal, but there's a long way sometimes to go to get to that. So I think it's about identifying the steps in between. It's about breaking down whatever it is somebody needs to do.
Maybe even at like an initial assessment, or you're going to your first meeting, maybe go through a checklist of things that are going to be done and maybe asking the patient, would they be comfortable with assisting with this? Maybe not straight away, but in a couple of weeks or another appointment, would they be happy to try it? And then if it was a success, maybe go into doing some other things within that.
I think your checklist idea is fantastic, and write it down and give them a checklist to, and you could even laminate that so that they can, tick it with a whiteboard marker and then wipe it off and do the same again next week. And you can oversee and check how much of it they can do independently on their own, and how much they need support with. I think it's the working together and communicating.
I think, again, making it person-centred, you can make it all sparkly, you can put your favourite pictures on it. A checklist doesn't just have to be black and white with ticks and crosses on it. It can be anything you want it to be, as long as you have the information on there. I don't think it matters what it looks like. Builds that rapport, doesn't it? Because then if you're creating it together, that then sees the interest of someone. If someone sticks on a sticker that's like a cartoon, you'll be like, oh, who's that? What do they do? And then it's nice. As time goes by, you'll see someone gaining confidence and wanting to try and be more involved. And yes, there's going to be struggles. Yes, they're going to forget a certain thing, but it's just reminding them, encouraging them that they are doing the good thing, they're doing a good job. And then,
And I think it's again that carry on listening, keep listening, because they may also tell you that they don't want to do it on their own, and it may not be the same week by week. You don't know what they've had to get over to get there that week, and it may be that actually one week they can do it perfectly independently, and the next week they really want some help.
I think we all have bad days and struggle with certain things, and life chucks up curveballs all the time, and
Remember, anxiety as well plays a huge part, because if they're anxious, then that kind of steals away your independence a little bit. I went for a mammogram and didn't have a clue what I was doing and needed my hand-holding, where I'm a really independent person, but I needed my hand-holding on that occasion because I was so anxious about it.
If they've got the support to do something, taking that support away and saying, okay, do this independently is not necessarily going to work for everybody. It's going to be about breaking it down and gradually sort of promoting that independence and empowering somebody to feel confident that they can be independent with that. I think sometimes support can get taken away and then somebody feels sort of alone with that. And I think if there's a bit of a transition and, okay, let's try it independently, let's see what does and doesn't work, and they feel supported throughout that process, that's the ideal. But I think ultimately everything has to be person-centred. Each person is going to need something different to be independent. And that support is going to look different for each individual. So although it is time consuming, in the long run, it's going to lead to better outcomes for those people when that support is individualised to them and what they specifically need.
There will be some autistic patients who are absolutely capable of being completely independent, and there'll be some that aren't.
Yeah.
So it's about getting to know each individual patient, again, that person-centred care.